Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. This one was sent in by, I'm not going to say his full name, but Vomit. Yeah, his name is Vomit something something something. Anyway, I'm not saying the whole name. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not saying that. Anyway, guys, this is a ridiculous Goblin army. Obviously, community cast. I've had this replay. I just checked my emails and it was in it, and I watched it and I had to cast it. It is so ridiculous. So here you can see Night Goblins. They're all Night Goblins, all of them. A lot of Night Goblins. Oh, and some more Night Goblins. As you can see, a lot of Night Goblins. As many as you can bring. Also, in the trees, 3 nasty Skulkers, right on top of some Ziltler's Rights Guard already. And over here, 3 Goblin Doom Diver Catapults, each with an extra unit of nasty Skulkers. Having this many nasty Skulkers with Gold Chevron, that puts their stats to relatively competent, I suppose, but they've all got smoke bombs. Anything tries to get into any of this, it gets smoke bombed and 3 units can gang up on it. So brilliant bodyguard unit there for the ridiculous amount of artillery, and hilarious artillery at that. Also 2 goblin big bosses on spiders, and in here somewhere, there we go, a goblin great shaman. So all goblins every day. Also, the Warlord's Boys and the 8 Peak Loonies, both in here as well. So it's just all goblins. It's all goblins. So his opponent, the Empire, very standard Empire, you know, army for dealing with Greenskins. It's pretty good. Here, Warrior Priest, don't often see him, but that's a nice addition. But, you know, a lot of great swords, which are really good at killing basically any of the infantry that the Greenskins can conjure. Obviously, though, against this many numbers, they're going to get surrounded, and it's going to be ridiculous, right? So they don't have the numbers on the side, but great swords have the potential to kill hundreds of goblins, like literally hundreds. So it's pretty cool. With the Warrior Priest, you know, giving buffs and things, it's going to be pretty cool. Also, a couple of handgunners in case there's an Ragnarok or something, very handy. Or even just Black Orcs, softening them up before the great swords, very good. Also, some spearmen. Got Balthazar Gelt up in the air, can't really be touched by anything the Greenskins have. He's pretty safe up there. Obviously, got to worry for effigy to git against a lot of Greenskin armies, and, you know, the Goblin Firing Squad, the Rusty Arrows, the Goblin Archers, they can do a lot of damage, but, you know, quick enough to stay out of the way of that kind of thing. So Balthazar, pretty good pick. You know, great spells as well. Some Rights Guard over here. There's some Rights Guard over here, you know, Zintlers. And also, there are some Demigraph Knights somewhere as well. Here we go, some Demigraph Knights with halberds for extra anti-large. So pretty standard, you know, really just solid infantry. You know, some handgunners for the extra AP. Balthazar Gelt, very reliable. And also an extra Lord, you know, buffing this stuff. It's rather nice. An extra hero, rather. So pretty good affair, you know. It's a good, solid Empire build. But what can you do against such reckless hate? So we're going to speed things up. If you like goblins, this is the right video for you. So here, Night Goblins coming into attack, absolutely everywhere. War is procced, so this stuff is going to get hit by quite a lot. All the Doom Divers were focused on this unit of greatswords, so they've taken a lot of damage already. But of course, they are greatswords, and these guys are, you know, they're going to get hurt a lot. Really high melee attack now, of course, with 52. Poison damage as well, that'll help. But the leadership is pathetic on these guys. They'll run away so quickly. But the thing is, they'll come back. This unit already been dealt with. These great swords, barely a scratch on them. So, pretty ridiculous. Still chasing them off. But in the woods over here, smoke bombs have been... Nope, smoke bombs haven't been used. Nope, they've just been stuck on them. I guess the Rights Guard thought they could deal with this. But in the trees, you know, the horses don't do so well. So they're getting absolutely butchered. Over on this side, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, here we go. Zintler's Rights Guard being absolutely decimated. They're being completely picked apart. This stuff has barely taken any damage. With the poison of the Goblin Big Bosses in here as well, just stops them from it there. Sorry, I can't speak today. From being able to get away. It's pretty crazy. Here, you know, Nasty Skulkers running in. The Demigraph Knights, they were trying to get in here, shut this stuff down, but Nasty Skulkers in the way. They've been smoke bombed, and they're being shot at by all the artillery. So they're taking a ton of damage. They're being absolutely butchered, which is just insane. Heavy Cav is a really good tactic. It's a really good thing against the Greenskins. But here, just all the smoke bombs everywhere. They just can't get in. They just get intercepted wherever they try and travel. So over here, a load of the infantry's moving up. And you can see the Warlord's Boys and the 8 Peak Loonies are chasing the Rights Guard. And they've just run straight into some more Nasty Skulkers. So another smoke bomb has been used. They're going to get completely surrounded. And the Nasty Skulkers, they do actually get a buff. They get a bonus to their stats if they're winning combat. And so when they're constantly outnumbering stuff like this, they're going to be winning, so they're going to kill stuff even quicker. So great units having support of other you know, units like that. So here, Balthazar had gone some ways, actually, chasing those night goblins off. Here, the handgunners are starting to fire into them, and they're going to pull back. They need to get out of there. Over here, 2 units of great swords. They're still getting hit by the artillery. Doesn't really matter if the artillery misses a bit and kills some night goblins, because they're not worth it, frankly. It doesn't matter. But they're pinning this stuff down. You can see a sneaky stab in here. These guys now, it's the same as War being triggered, that 26 melee attack. So that's 52 with poison. It's going to be great. So they're getting a load of damage in. Bombards trying to land on stuff, but nope, goblins are just getting out of the way of it, because they're sneaky and they're quick. So they're charging in. Obviously, great swords, still a lot of great swords. This unit barely been touched. Still some handgunners able to fire in. Still dangerous stuff here. Here, warrior priest fighting as well. This is still an incredibly solid line of Empire troops. You know, over here there's the odd unit that's getting very damaged. The cavalry has all been completely decimated, but they're still a very solid core. Incredibly solid, in fact. But these greatswords aren't holding up so well against all the armor piercing the nasty skulkers, and just because they're so outnumbered, they are losing that fight, and that gives the nasty skulkers the edge. So over here, loads of units are coming in. So, you know, goblin big bosses, and where are they? Okay, here we go. 4 units of nasty skulkers with barely a scratch. They chased off the cavalry, and it's only around now, okay, soonish, that you realise they're all sat there. There we go. So who's going to pull all them up? So things are actually going pretty well for the goblins in this engagement at the moment, you know, in the battle. And yeah, he's got 4 units that are completely, basically unharmed, that are coming into the fight. It's crazy. Just the numbers here are just ridiculous. So here, great swords, more smoke bombs. They don't want to stick into this fight, you know. It's not good for them. Balthazar, he's getting involved, but he's been smoke bombed, so he's stuck there taking damage. He's not the best melee combatant. He's only got, yeah, 38 melee attack. Yeah, compare that to the 32. They can have a fairly even chance of hitting him. So this isn't looking great for Balthazar. And the warrior priest, he's having a wonderful time. He's got, oh, only 13 kills. He can't kill quick enough. That's his problem. So yeah, lovely bombard. So I think Gelt is getting some kills now. Yeah, 57, not too bad. Getting some work done, but none of these targets are particularly valuable. You know, any bombard attacks, yeah, he's getting some kills, but there's a lot of bodies to go around. Now here, still so many of these Goblin Doom Divers coming in. But yeah, that's another unit of greatswords, just completely smashed to pieces. Load of damage on the handgunners too, itchy nuisance on all this stuff. Suddenly, this actually puts his stats pretty low. 19 melee attack. This warrior priest is barely going to be able to kill anything, and he needs to kill a lot, because there's still 90 of them and 66 of them. That's pretty worrying. Over here, Nasty Skulkers, they're finally getting to the fight, and frankly, I think these units of Nasty Skulkers could probably finish it on their own. So that's a little insane. Heroes, they're still in good shape, so that's pretty scary. Nasty Skulkers now coming into a fight that is being won by the Greenskins, so they're going to get the buffs and be able to get more work done killing these greatswords. And the greatswords are slower than Nasty Skulkers, so they can be chased off pretty happily. Now, handgunners, they're trying to run away. Army losses hitting, because there's just so many goblins left. Balance of power is way in the favour of the Greenskins. So, that was ridiculous. This replay was actually just titled So Stupid. There was no description. It was literally just an email with the attachment. Nothing else. Which definitely piqued my interest. I had to investigate. And, my god, what a ridiculous match. So, 600 lost, but still 1,100 remaining. Look at the size of that army. 1,700. This is ridiculous. I think Greenskins, they can go so wide, and just the amount of models, you can just get things completely enveloped in, you know, all these tiny models that can just sit so packed together and all get attacks off. It can be really devastating. You're going to suffer casualties, but unless you can really hit them with big AoE abilities, they're a nightmare to shut down. They'll just keep coming back, and more will keep turning up behind you. Everything's stalking, so you don't know where they're coming at you from, so they're going to keep catching you off guard, and it is a nightmare to deal with, which is why I would have thought this army would actually be quite good for it, because the greatswords, they're really reliable troops. Against sort of low-tier infantry, they can kill them all day. I mean, 112 for that one, but most of them just got smashed to pieces by all the artillery, and just completely surrounded, hit by spells, you know, the constant spells from the Goblin Great Shaman. It just debuffed them constantly, and it buffed what they were fighting. Nasty Skulkers kept getting their bonuses. It was an absolute nightmare. This was a ridiculous game. Absolutely ridiculous. I honestly don't think Sovereign did anything wrong there. He was just caught so unawares. It was hilarious. Yeah, my condolences, Sovereign. But Vomit, that was insane. I think he was also a little bit surprised at how well this worked out, given the title of the replay. Pretty ridiculous. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. It was pretty damn funny to see the goblins in action. So, yeah, guys, if you did, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.